What's going on, Pittsburgh? We're in East Liberty at District 9's holiday celebration with Councilman Khari Mosley.
Hello, my name is Khari Mosley. I am City Councilman from the 9th District, City of Pittsburgh.
So what are we doing here today?
And we're here today celebrating the seasons at the District 9 holiday party here in East Liberty at CATAPULT of Greater Pittsburgh.
So why'd you want to have a holiday celebration here in East Liberty?
Because I think it's very important to build community and bring people together socially. We spend so much time at meetings, at hearings, at forums, and it's so important for us to be together socially to get to know one another. So I feel like that's how you really build movements. You build movements by building community. And this is just an example of building community, particularly at this time of the year, you know, when we're being reflective on the year, looking forward to a new year, and celebrating the season. So that's what this is about, celebrating the holiday season, being reflective of the year that passed, looking forward to the year ahead, and bringing folks from all over District 9 and the city together in celebration.
So a lot of people that would come here today might not be able to come to City Council and make that 3-minute comments. So what are some of the comments that politically that people have been making to you here at this celebration?
And that's the interesting thing. You know, I always say that one of the reasons why I spend so much time in the community, because every time I'm in the community, it's a meeting. You know, whether I'm at the Galaxy, you know, or whether I'm at Margot down the street here in East Liberty, it turns into a meeting because a constituent has a concern, they have an issue to share, they have something to talk about, and folks are talking about, you know, city vehicles that hit their car tonight. Folks are talking about side yards that they want to buy. They're talking about various issues that they have with city government, and being accessible to the community lowers that barrier that folks have, that the folks that can't come down to City Council on a Tuesday or Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. because they're at work. So we lower that barrier and lower that firewall and open up the doors and connect with the people and be accessible, which is something that I ran on. I ran on accessibility. So I'm always going to be accessible to the community. And this is just another example of accessibility because we gave out invites, but everybody is welcome to be here tonight.
So tell me, if there's a message that you want to give everybody for the holiday season, what would you tell them?
I would say that in this time, in this season, build community. You know, be in community with one another. You know, reach out to that family member you may have not talked to in a while because whatever issue may have arose, you know, created that schism. You know, and because it's at the end of the day, it's not really that important. You know, it's most important to build those relationships back, you know, that may have broken over the years, and be in community with one another. So use this season, among all seasons, to be in community with one another and build those relationships back so that we can have a more prosperous new year.
There's something that you would say to the youth of America today to help uplift, motivate, and encourage them to do better and be better. What are you telling them?
I would understand the greatness that you come from, particularly the young people in Pittsburgh. We have such a rich cultural legacy, a rich cultural heritage. Earlier this week, I had an opportunity to present a proclamation to the USO football team, the city championship team, here, and they go to school right down the street, just a couple blocks away. So it's ironic that we're here, and quite apropos that we're here 2 blocks away from the school, well, at least one of the schools that's represented in that coalition of schools that represents the USO football team. And I reminded them of the rich legacy that has been handed to them as athletes in Western Pennsylvania, because we have such a rich athletic tradition here. But it's not only the athletic tradition that's so rich here, but it's the intersection of social activism and athletic greatness that really defines our region. From our history in black baseball, from the history of the greats like Cumberland Posey, who is the only person that's in the NBA Hall of Fame and the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame from Homestead, Pennsylvania. From the work that Bill Nunn did to convince the Pittsburgh Steelers to start scouting players at the historically black colleges that created the 4 Super Bowl dynasty of the 1970s, to the 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates that are still the only team in baseball history that fielded 9 players of black and Latino descent. And that team is loved throughout the country. I actually was just in communication with Chuck D from Public Enemy today to set up a call with him and Al Oliver, who was on that team. Al Oliver is Chuck D from Public Enemy's favorite baseball player. So in January, we're gonna set up a video call with Al Oliver and Chuck D from Public Enemy, because black youth who grew up in the 60s and early 70s, their favorite baseball team is the 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates. Because if you were black or Latino, that's who you related to. It was the only team that looked like you. So we have this rich legacy here in Pittsburgh for our athletes and our young people, not only in athletics, but in music and culture, in academics and intellectualism. It all ties together. So be proud of where you're from and get to know where you're from and understand the giants whose shoulders you stand on.